In today's video, I am going to be breaking down my top 10 amazing 7-on-7 flag football plays. Let's get down and let's check these out. Okay, so in this first play, if this is a blocking league, we're going to see 6 and 5 blocking. We're going to see player 7 sprinting straight down the field, and we're going to have players 4 and 2 doing out routes towards the sideline. The main difference, however, is with player 4. What we're going to see with player 4 is he's going to have the decision to make when it comes to his defender. He's going to either do an out route or he's going to cut towards the middle of the field, depending on what his defender is doing. Meanwhile, we're going to be having player 3. He is going to be curling out about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. Main options being players 3 and 4. They're going to be what we should be looking for on this right side. However, a great option is player 7 if he is one of our faster players and was able to find an open spot downfield. I would suggest, however, if player 7 goes downfield, let's say 15, 20, 25 yards, depending on the quarterback, that quarterback may not be able to throw all the way down, and at which case I would have player 7 decide to either cut 90 or cut back towards that right side to get himself potentially open within range of our quarterback. Now this next play is another fantastic one. We're going to be looking at the right side again. However, now we're going to be in a formation D and we're going to be looking to run right. So we're going to be having player 4 run, cutting out at the line of scrimmage and then cutting back into the middle of the field. Meanwhile, we're going to be having players 6 and 5 blocking if this is a blocking league. And player 7, he is going to be going 5 to 10 yards and then out towards that left side. We're then going to have player 2 doing a quick out route towards the left side as well. We are then going to have player 3, he's going to be getting that handoff from player 1 if this is a league that allows handoffs, and he's going to be looking to run up that right side. However, if you're not allowed to do handoffs, what we would be looking for is still player 3 up that right side for a pass out to him. Our backup option in that case would be player 4. Again, 6 and 5 are blocking, but I would have them cutting out towards the sideline if this is a non-blocking. This is a great counter play because what we're going to have here again is 5 and 6 blocking. Player 7 will be doing a cutout towards that left side, running straight obviously 10 yards roughly, and then cutting out towards the left. And we're going to have player 2 doing an out route as well. However, what we are looking for is the run. So we're going to start with player 3 running towards the left side, or at least 2 to 3 steps sprinting out towards this left side, with player 4 getting a fake handoff from player 1. If player 4 sees that there is a lane that is open, he could just grab the ball and go. That is one option. However, what we would like to see is for player 3 to cut back and then have the handoff from player 1 to go downfield. Obviously, what we would be looking at here is if this was a league that didn't allow handoffs, we would still run this play. However, we would be looking at player 3 as our number 1 option downfield. This next one's a great play action. It's a running option. However, what we would be having is player 4 cutting out towards that left side on a slant route, and then we're going to have player 2 cut back in towards the middle of the field after only running about 5 yards. We're going to be having 5, 7, and 6 all blocking if this is a blocking league. If this is a non-blocking league, we would have player 7 running downfield with 6 and 5 slanting out towards the left side. And then we would have player 3 getting a fake handoff and then cutting up the middle of the field. Meanwhile, the quarterback is going to be running up the right side with still a couple of different options if he did decide to pass. This next play is actually quite interesting as well. This is a nice eye slant, and what we're going to be doing is having player 4 run downfield 5, 10, 15 yards, depending on how comfortable you are with the quarterback throwing and cutting back in towards the middle of the field. We're going to be then having player 7 slanting out towards that left side, and we're going to be having player 2, he's going to be running up 5 to 10 yards and cutting back in towards the middle of the field, remembering that 4 and 2 have to be at least 5 yards apart between the two of them in case they do cross in the middle of the field. Player 3 is then going to be curling out towards the left side. And what we would like to really see when it comes to this play is, of course, 5 and 6 are blocking, non-blockingly they'd be cutting out. And what we would really like to see is the pass go to either player 3 curling up that left side or player 2 who's cutting back in towards that middle of the field. This is an interesting slant play, and what we would have here is, again, 6 and 5 blocking, and we would have 7 crossing across the field, 3 straight down, 4 crossing across the field, and player 2 doing a quick cut out towards the left side after cutting towards the middle. What we would like to really see as a number one option is for either 3 or 4 or 7 to really get that ball. I could also say that player 2 is sometimes a good option because the defense will shift towards this right side, and then we could air it out to player 2 quite deep. This is also another good counter play. So 6 and 5 are going to be blocking again. We're going to have 7 cut out towards the left side after running forward about 5 yards. And then we're going to have player 4. He's going to be doing a middle cut towards the middle of the field. And we're going to be having players 2 and 3. They're going to be crossing. And when it comes down to it, we're going to be looking to have player 1 hand off to one of those 2 players if you're allowed to do handoffs. Or if you're not, I would say a quick pitch over to player 2 so that he could get up that right side, as the defense should be shifting towards that left side. Now this next play is a shotgun play. The rest of them you could run as shotguns, but personally it would be just a handoff from the center. This next one is going to be for sure a shotgun. And what we're going to be doing here is player 7 and 2 slanting across the field. We're going to be having player 4 curl across back towards the middle of the field. And we're going to be having player 3 running behind the quarterback. Of course, if this is an option where you're allowed to do a handoff, again, hand off the ball, he'll have that left side. If not, pass him the ball on the left side, he should be open, 6 and 5 blocking yet again. However, this time, if this is a non-blocking league, we would have both 6 and 5 cutting out towards the right side. This is another shotgun play, and what we would have here is player 3 sprinting straight downfield, player 2 curling underneath player 3, and then cutting back across the field. And we would then have player 7 again, 5 yards, and then 45 out towards the right. And then we would have a cutback play for player 4 on the right side. We would be really looking to try and hit player 2 coming across the field, player 7 and 4 being great backup options. This next one I really do like, and it's a nice cutback option. We're going to keep the same formation as what we had before, and you can also run this on the opposite side as well. But what we're going to have is player 2. He's going to be cutting 5 to 10 yards downfield, cutting back. Player 3 is going to be 5 yards downfield, and he's going to be cutting back on the opposite side as to where player 2 was going, so towards the sideline. We're going to then have player 7 also do a cutback 5 to 10 yards downfield, 5, 6 both also blocking. And then we're going to have player 4 running straight downfield. He would be an option if the defense was obviously shifting towards this side. However, what I would like to see player 4 do is to also cut back towards the quarterback once he gets out of the range of to where the quarterback could throw. So usually 20, 25 yards, usually at most, and then cut back. I hope that this video helps you become a better football team. If it does, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time.